Orthopedic abnormalities. An orthopedic defect is a physical problem affecting the skeleton, muscles, or related tissues. Some orthopedic defects are acquired and others are congenital. Some conditions need no treatment, while others require extensive treatment. Let us see one by one. Club foot. Congenital club foot is a complex deformity of the ankle and foot. It is a non-traumatic deformity of the foot. The foot is twisted out of the shape or position. Boys are 2 times more affected than girls. Incidence 1 per 1000 live births. So this is the difference between normal and congenital club foot. So in club foot, the infant's foot is turned inward and the bottom of the foot faces sideways or even upward. Definition. Club foot describes a range of foot abnormalities usually present at birth. In club foot, the tissues connecting the muscles to the bone are shorter than usual. It is called club foot because the foot resembles the head of the golf club. Etiology. The exact etiology is unknown. So sometimes the contributing factors are family tendency and the primary arrest or anomalous development of the foot or intrauterine malposition and defective neuromuscular development. Types. Isolated and non-isolated club foot. In isolated, only deformities, no other medical problems. In non-isolated, it is a combination with various health condition or neuromuscular disorders such as spina bifida. Some terminology related club foot. Talipes means foot and ankle, varus bending inward, valgus bending outward, equinus toes are lower than the heel, calcaneus toes are higher than the heel. Talipes equinovarus. The foot is fixed in plantar flexion and deviates medially. That is, heel is elevated. In this condition, the child walks on his toes and the outer border of the foot. Talipes calcaneus valgus. Foot is dorsiflexed and deviates laterally. That is, heel is turned outward and the anterior part of the foot is elevated on the outer border. Here the child walks on the heel. Talipes varus. Due to heels being turned inward from the midline of the leg, only the outer portion of the sole rests on the floor. Talipes valgus. Due to the heels being turned outward from the midline of the leg, only the inner side of the soles rests on the floor. Talipes percavus. It is a condition of excessive plantar curvature of the foot. Talipes arcuatus. It is a condition of exaggerated normal arch of the foot. Signs and symptoms. The top of the foot is usually twisted downward and inward, increasing the arch and turning the heel inward. The calf muscles in the affected leg are usually underdeveloped. The affected foot may be up to ½ inch, about 1 centimeter shorter than the other foot. Diagnostic evaluations. Ultrasonography shows the defects and the deformity may be found out through the neonatal examination, and the X-ray of the affected leg helps to detect bony abnormality. Management. Ponseti method. It involves serial manipulation and plaster casting of club foot. The ligaments and tendons of the foot are gently stretched with weakly and gently manipulations. Thereby the displaced bones are gradually into the correct alignment. Application of splint like Dennis Brownie splint and corrective shoes with sole and heel lifts on lateral border to maintain the proper positioning are the managements. Some club foot needs surgery. It is done if non-surgical treatment not effective. In surgery, the tight ligaments are released and tendons lengths are increased by ejectoplasty. Next orthopedic abnormality is developmental dysplasia of hip. It is the abnormal development of the proximal femur and acetabulum. Imperfect development of the hip can affect the femoral head, acetabulum, or sometimes both. It is a comparative picture of normal hip and dysplasia of hip. So first picture shows normal acetabulum, femoral head, femoral neck and femur and pelvis. Second picture shows dislocated femur. The hip is a ball and socket joint. In a normal hip, the ball at the upper end of the femur fits firmly into the jacket. In Development dysplasia. The hip joint has not formed normally. The ball is loose in the jacket and may be easy to dislocate. Types: acetabular dysplasia, femoral head remains in acetabulum. Subluxation, femoral head partially displaced. Dislocation, femoral head not in contact with the acetabulum and fully displaced. Causes for developmental dysplasia of hip: girls are more prone to TDH, and firstborn children, babies born in breech position, and family history of TDH and oligohydramnios. Clinical manifestation: shortening the limb on affected side, Galeazzi sign, when a child in a supine position, the right knee lower than the left because of malposition of the femoral head, restricted abduction of hip on affected side. Unequal gluteal folds, forced abduction of the hip produces clicking sound, that is called Hartley test. Then Barlow test, the hip is instability. Then Trendelenburg signs, that means the affected side pelvis is in downward. Diagnostic evaluation: Hartley test and Barlow test positive, and Galeazzi signs positive, and listening and feeling for clunks as the hip is put in different position, and X-ray shows the dislocation of hip. Management: application of Pavlik harness device. So it is a special brace designed to hold the hip in proper position and helps to tighten the ligaments around the hip joints and promote the normal hip socket formations. Application of spica casting, skin tractions, and surgical procedures like open reduction and osteotomy. Osteogenesis imperfecta. It means imperfectly formed bone. It is an autosomal dominant disorder, also known as fragilitas asium. It is characterized by multiple fracture due to osteoporosis. So this is the comparative feature of healthy bone and osteogenesis imperfecta of bone. Causes: the protein type 1 collagen is a major component of connective tissues in bone. It is also important in forming ligaments, teeth and sclera. In osteogenesis imperfecta, type 1 collagen is not produced adequately and causes osteoporosis and multiple fracture. Types: type 1. Type 1 is the most common and mildest type of disease. While the structure of the collagen is normal, there is a little or no bone deformity, and the effect of osteogenesis may extend to teeth, and the sclera is blue or purple or grey tint. Type 2 osteogenesis imperfecta. Type 2 is the severe form of the disease. The collagen does not form properly. Bones may break while fetus in the uterus. Many infants with the type 2 osteogenesis imperfecta will die. Type 3. The type 3 is present with additional complication. The sclera may be white, blue, purple or grey. The child is usually shorter than average. They have additional problems like spinal deformities, respiratory complexion and brittle teeth. Type 4. Type 4 present with moderately severe. So sometimes bone fracture and sclera is usually normal. Child with type 4 may be shorter than average and bone deformities are mild to moderate. Signs and symptoms. So child is short nature, blue sclera, triangular shaped face, breathing problems, hearing loss, brittle teeth, bone deformities such as bowed legs or scoliosis. Treatment. There is no cure for osteogenesis imperfecta. Treatment is individualized and depends on severity of the disease and age of the child. Give adequate nutrition and vitamin D supplementation, magnesium oxide and calcitonin supplementation. So bone is very fragile. So nursing care on firm mattress and pillows and supervision of daily activities. Immobilize the child with casting and splending. Sometimes surgery recommended in case of repeated fracture and bone deformities. Genu valgum, commonly called knock knee. So it is a conversion of the knees and diversion of the angles due to outward deviation of the longitudinal axis of both the tibia and femur. The intermalleolar distance is more than 8 cm. This is the picture of genu valgum. the knees are convergent and knees are touching, and ankles are diverged and the ankles are apart. So treatment, there is no specific treatment, just observation. Sometimes need bracing. Surgery sometimes need stapling and screws and osteotomies. Genu varus, just opposite to genu valgum. So it is a divergent of the knees and convergent of the ankle. Rickets and trauma are the causes. Treatment, observation and orthotic device, sometimes corrective osteotomy. See the picture of genu varus. Here knees are diverged and apart and ankles are converged and touch. It is the synonymous of easy memorization of genu valgum and genu varum. Genu valgum, gum makes your knees stick together, and varum, rum makes your knees spread apart. In this video we have seen orthopedic abnormalities of children like clubfoot, developmental dysplasia of hip, osteogenesis imperfecta, genu valgum and genu varus. Thank you.